Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mondays with Meg, all about how to master your morning routine with me and my good friend Noah from Happy Little Journal. So, before I introduce Noah, I just kind of wanted to intro us into what we're going to talk a little bit about today. I will tell you that typically when people come to work with me for coaching, they tell me that literally their morning is the most stressful part of their day, and they absolutely hate that that's how they start off their day. So let me know in the comments, do you feel that way? Is that how you're feeling about your mornings? Is it literally the most stressful and just discombobulated part of your day? I want to know. Okay. So basically, these women tell me they are stuck in this rut of waking later and later and have like 10 or 20 alarms set just to end up getting out of bed, squeaking by with enough time to just feel super frantic before they head out the door and either start working from home or heading out the door to their day or getting everyone else set, whatever. Can you relate to that? I want to know. Well, I'm glad that people are saying they love their mornings. That's beautiful. I'm so glad to hear that. I now love my mornings, except this morning was rough. Okay. Well, I will tell you, you guys, I know I've been there. I think Noah has too. And it feels super gross when you don't have any order to your mornings, any sort of routine. So I invited my dear friend Noa Kirtzer from Happy Little Journal to join me today on this conversation where we're going to have a lovely little conversation all about it to really help all of us start off our days right by building a routine that feels good and gives us a reason to hop out of bed and live our best days ever. So, Noah, thank you so much for joining me this morning for this conversation.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So Noah, friends, is the owner of Happy Little Journal. And I will tell you, I know firsthand she loves to journal and all things planning and all of that. She's an artist and an educator and has 9 years of experience teaching adults and kids of all ages and all ability levels in different settings. And I need to tell you how Noah and I met. We actually started working together back in May. And so, Noah, if you wouldn't mind just kind of telling everyone for a minute why you even started Happy Little Journal.
Well, we actually met for the first time at a bullet journal meetup.
We did.
Yes,
We
and I
totally
mean barely, but we met and you were
did. Right.
hosting it and I was new to the area and I was looking for things that I was passionate about to do in the area because I was new to St. Louis. And so
Yeah.
I was so excited to find out that there was a community of people in the area that were already doing this.
Yeah.
And maybe a year later, I was ready to share my passion for journaling, which I've has been such an important tool for me for years and years
Yeah.
with other people. I really wanted to share that tool that's been so helpful for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm so glad you did because I love everything that you are doing for sure. So, so friends, if you are tired of starting your days feeling just like unclear about what you should be doing, if you're always late, if you're stressed out, overwhelmed, unsure of how to make the most of your day, if you're feeling unmotivated, I will say that I think after this conversation that Noah and I are going to have together this morning, you're going to feel pretty good about how you're leading yourselves in the morning. So, we thought it would be fun to go ahead and take this time to talk through some tips for you. And I do want to let you know before we get into the tips that if you go to the blog post that should be in the title of this video here, you're going to get a cheat sheet that you can download for free that Noah and I put together for you that not only has a lot of great ideas of how to make your own morning routine, but it also is going to have some great journal prompts because, that's kind of my jam and Noah's too. So we thought it would be a good double whammy to get you really supercharging your mornings. So first of all, Noah, can you tell me when you first decided to really make the most of your mornings and have a morning routine, what was like some of the criteria that you kind of came up with that you need to make sure to make the most of your mornings?
I started my morning routine when my life was very hectic. And I think that's the times where it becomes the most important. And so quiet time in the morning was number one. It was so important to me at that time where I was just running around and wearing myself out to have really calm, quiet mornings.
Yeah.
It was so important. And so that was really what I built my routine around, that and having time to reflect on things that I'm grateful for,
Nice.
really focusing on gratitude, even though things were hard. And that was really, those were two pillars of my morning routine for sure.
Oh my gosh, that sounds heavenly, just you even saying those things. Well, and I wondered, like, I know for me, what I think has made the biggest impact in my morning routine in a positive way is that I prepare a lot the night before. And I wondered,
Mhm.
is that something that you've incorporated into what you're
Huge,
doing?
huge. It's huge. It's I would say if I could do one thing and one thing alone to really set myself up for success for a morning routine, it would always be to set out my clothes the night before. Because
Brilliant.
especially now when it's getting so chilly and you don't want to get out of that warm, warm bed, having a nice, comfortable, warm something to put on around you is like, it'll just get me out and into my morning routine. And the other thing I think
Yeah.
that has been really helpful for me is to create a space that I move into, and that's where I do my morning routine. It's like
Okay.
this space that's just for that.
Oh, that's brilliant. So is that kind of what does that space look like for you? I'm
It's
so
changed a
intrigued.
lot over the years. I've moved
Okay.
several times. I carve out a little nook. I
Yeah.
have
Okay.
some little things that I associate with my morning routine. For example, I have some incense that I light. I think it's really nice to trigger that time with some sort of scent or
Sure.
texture or something just to get your mind in the right space.
Sure, so, like, having all of your senses kind of involved with the
Yeah, for
process.
sure.
You know what? I love that idea because I think it does. There's something that triggers like, "Oh, I'm awake now and I
Hmm.
need to get moving," because that's the candle I smell when I do that, or that's the incense or whatever. Great tip. I love it. I will say for me too, Noah, it's been instrumental not dealing with my phone in the
Oh, yeah.
morning, and I wonder if that's something that's been helpful for you, or if
That is
you
a
are kinda
huge
tied to your
challenge.
phone.
How do
Okay,
you
yeah.
manage to do that, I wonder?
Well, I just leave my phone in one
Smart.
spot, and as I'm doing my morning routine,
Mhm.
so I don't go back to it, like, I actually let it just sit there and collect all the texts or emails or
Yes.
notifications or whatever until I'm done, so that I can stay focused on really doing my best to start my day well instead of being focused on all the things, right? All the things that are going to take me away from actually enjoying the present right where I am
Yes.
before all the hectic starts. Yes,
I love that. I'm definitely gonna have to try to do that. It's a really big challenge, I think. It's so
sure.
easy to get distracted by our phones. I actually have used apps and things for either meditation or even just generally my
Mhm.
morning routine to time it. So
Yeah,
I find that helpful as a way to kind of distract myself from the distractions on my phone by using my phone
sure.
in a more focused way as a tool. So that's helpful for me, or at least it has
I
been.
love that. And we actually had someone make a comment, do you use your phone alarm? I do use my phone alarm to wake up. And then I do actually I'll have my smart watch on, but I'll tell you, I don't get any notifications on here. I literally use this like a watch and to track my steps, and that's it. So I can take a look at my actual clock like a watch. So
Mhm.
weird, right? Using it as a watch. But so I'm not distracted by whatever else is happening on my phone, but I can see kind of where I'm at in time frame as I'm getting ready and all those things.
Mhm.
So I suggest maybe if you have a smartwatch that you're using, maybe actually make it be mostly a watch if that's helpful to you, if you're distracted by all the dings, because I was.
Yeah.
But then also I think it's okay if you have need to have alarms set for while you're getting ready or things like that. I think it's okay to have your phone with you, but not look at it if you can.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Great question. So you mentioned something earlier, Noah, that I would love for you to go a little bit deeper on, and that's starting your day with gratitude. Can
Mm.
you kind of share with us a little bit about how you incorporate that into your morning routine?
Yes. Well, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for every day. I think that's
Love it.
something I've heard a lot of people do.
Mhm.
And on days when it's the hardest to think of things, that's when I spend the most time really meditating on
Yeah,
that. And on in the most difficult times, it's really the most useful. So
sure.
I sit in that and I think about it and I really let it
Mm.
kind of deeply affect how I feel about myself and about my life. And I
Yeah,
take the time to really feel grateful, not just write the things down and say, my dog, my husband, my house. I really want to feel
yeah.
it deeply and go through the rest of my day taking that with me. Do you have something similar that you do?
Yeah, I love that. And you know what? Honestly, what I heard from so much of what you said was all about really staying present in that gratitude, not just I'm going to make my list and check, check, check. I'm grateful for three things, but like letting yourself sit in that for a minute. And yes, I do the exact same thing as part of my morning routine. And this morning, it was, your guys are going to think I'm so silly, but I mean, whatever. I'm silly, whatever, it's fine. But like, so this morning I got dressed and like this shirt made me so happy this morning
It's
because
beautiful.
I'm obsessed with like animals dressed as people. I love animals dressed as people. It makes me like really happy. And that's why I got this shirt. I'm also a huge Wes Anderson movie fan. And so it reminds me of like Fantastic Mr. Fox. So like then I was like, oh, the book comes out tomorrow for accidentally Wes Anderson, which is like one of my favorite Instagram accounts. So this is literally my thought process this morning as I was getting dressed. And I'm like, I can't wait to get my book because Craig got it for me for my birthday. And I was like, oh, and so there's my gratitude list right there. I'm thankful for Craig. I'm thankful I get to see the book tomorrow. I'm thankful for Wes Anderson movie and animals dressed as people.
I
Great.
love
You
that
know,
you felt it so deeply. I think
I
that's the important
did.
part. Yes.
It was so fun. But like if I wouldn't have been, if I would have just been like, I gotta get my shirt on, whatever, I would have totally missed that whole moment.
Hmm.
Anyway,
I
yeah.
love it.
Okay. So, really, the next question I have for you, Noah, that I think is going to be really helpful to talk with our friends about is I feel like for me, what makes a great morning routine is making sure I'm not only connecting with my mind, but also my body and my soul. And I wondered, like, is that something you kind of weave into your morning routine?
Absolutely. Yes. I think at the very least, a short stretching session is a big part
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
And that's very much getting me in tune with my body, stretching out sore muscles, really moving a little bit. But I have like a couple of different versions of my morning routine. There's one that's the quick and dirty version, which is beautiful and wonderful and very, very
Sure.
uh it really gives me a lot and sends me into my day in a really great way. But then I have my extra morning routine where I go for a run or I do like a
Nice.
whole yoga session. It
Mhm.
depends on how much time and how much energy I
Sure.
have, but I always incorporate some sort of movement and some sort of meditation. So those two things kind
Great.
of allow me to tap into my different parts of what I need to move through the day.
Wonderful. And I love this idea of literally, guys, you don't need to do the exact same thing every single day. I love what you said of just depending on the amount of time I have. And all of that is planned. Like, so you're able to check the night before even to see, like, how much time am I going to have in the morning to devote to this? Seriously, you guys, so much of your successful morning routine is going to come back to what you do the night before to really plan your time. Yeah, for sure. So great. I'm so glad you brought that up. Okay, so the and really, the last thing that I will bring up just really quickly of really what helps me make my morning routine successful, and I hope it does for you too, Noah, is that I love to before I actually start hitting the ground running with my day, I love to take a minute, maybe 2, 3 minutes, and just review what my day looks like review my plans for the day so nothing is going to hit me out of nowhere. I kind of just am very calm moving into it. So it isn't like, well, what am I doing now? And I wondered, is that anywhere part of your routine as well?
Yes, it is part of my quick and dirty and my long, luxurious morning routine. But it starts again, like you said, the night before. So
Yeah.
I actually plan everything out and do my journal page for the day for the night before and plan out my daily page on there.
Mhm.
And then I review it the morning of. Did I
Nice.
start off a little bit later? Did I snooze? Do I need to adjust my expectations? How's my energy level? I
Yeah.
really just take a moment since I've already done the work the night before to reassess and kind of just reassess and see, do I need to make any
Good.
adjustments?
Absolutely. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Well, friends, I need to let you know, I want to know what small changes can you make to your morning routine? Tell us in a comment here. We actually want to hear about it. What small changes, maybe some of the ideas that you heard from us, are you going to make to really make some small changes with big impact into really starting to love and be excited for your mornings? And like I said earlier, we do have a free printable for you on the blog today to help you out. It's an ultimate list of morning routine ideas. There's also some great journal prompts on there for you too. We would love for you to download it and let us know what you decide to do to bring some calm and order to the start of your days. Be sure to hit the blog to get your copy, and that link should be right here on this video. And Noah, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This was so much fun. We should do it again.
Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, and you guys, next week is going to be all about how to stop your evening scroll. I don't know who does that. I don't know. And what to do instead. So you're definitely going to want to join me back here at noon this next Monday so we can learn all the things to take back our evenings now that we're going to have control of our mornings. Okay. Have a fabulous Monday and let us know what you decide for your morning routine. We want to hear all about it, friends.
Yes. Thank you, Meg.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.